Hi, we're Alex and Alex of South Bend Code School, and what we do is we teach kids how to code by them learning how to build their own websites and video games.
In the past 2 years, we've worked with over 200 students in our formal programs and over 1,000 students in our greater community outreach efforts. Of those students, we're at 47% female participation and 56% underrepresented minority participation. So a lot of you at home might be wondering, what is coding, right? Maybe you've heard of it. It's getting pretty mainstream now. For those of you who don't know, yes, it's the stuff that computers use to put your apps online or your websites online and get those to you on a daily basis. But the reality is, code is all around you. Whether it's the chair you're sitting in at home or the food you buy at the grocery store, code has probably touched those things. Coding is important because it allows you to build your imagination. It's one of the few skills you can get where you start with almost nothing and you can build it into a platform or a website that millions of people around the world can see in a minute.
So a little bit about us and why we got started. For me personally, I was an English major at the University of Notre Dame, and I was tutoring at local high schools in the area. I noticed a trend amongst so many high school seniors that I found myself working with, of that many did not feel like college was an option, whether that be grades or the financial constraints. And then a lot of students then were told that without a college education, then the possibilities of them being able to have successful and profitable careers was slim to none. I was a college senior at the time and realized myself that that was a lot of pressure to be put on an 18-year-old because I didn't even have it all figured out. So it didn't really make sense that we are expecting so many high school seniors to have it all figured out. But I knew though that coding was an opportunity where you don't have to have a college education or a college degree to be able to enter the workforce and still have that profitable career. So I started teaching myself how to code, and I wound up meeting Alex along the way. And it's kind of interesting because Alex also has a completely different path for getting into coding and us starting South Bend Code School together.
Yeah, I'm not a traditional student in terms of code as well. I went to school at Indiana University for music, and I ended up learning code well after I graduated, kind of on the recommendation of a friend who told me musicians tend to do really well at code. I didn't even know what coding was at the time when I started to learn. But after I got into it, I couldn't get it fast enough. I was just eating it up. I did everything I could to learn this stuff. And it kind of dawned on me at the time that I didn't really get the exposure to this that I would have liked in high school or middle school. And that's kind of why I wanted to start South Bend Code School, was because I wanted to provide that opportunity for youth who maybe are in that position right now and don't know that this is out there, or they do know that it's out there, but they don't know how to start.
Yeah, and so now that we have started South Bend Code School, a little bit about what we do is we have programs and coding courses offered for students all the way down from age 7 up to 18, where students are able to learn how to code by building their own games, their own websites. And our web development class that we offer, it's kind of cool in that the students in the class, they learn 3 coding languages. They learn how to build a website completely from scratch, blank pages, and then are also able to take visits to tech companies to be able to see places like Google and Facebook in Chicago, 1871, Civis. They learn about databases and servers and all those kinds of things like that, a whole world of technology. So I guess that kind of leads into that the main thing that we do is exposure, of that we realize not every student who goes through a code school program is going to want to be a web developer. But instead, the biggest thing is that we're showing that there's so many other different careers and opportunities that are out there, and even just you being able to like unlock a new hobby that might be for you, design skills, all kinds of things like that. Yeah.
It's a lot of great opportunity. If you want to get involved, you can sign a student up for one of our programs at southbendcodeschool.com. If you want to support students going through the program who need some financial help, you can support our scholarship fund. Drop us a message or email us at info@southbendcodeschool.com to figure out how you can do that. If you have a tech company or know of places where students can get internships or jobs with these skills, reach out to us and let us know. We have students who are getting placed in paid internships and jobs all the time. And then lastly, if South Bend Code School is something that you think is really cool and really awesome and you want to be a part of it, and we're not in your city or your town or your school, reach out to us. We have programs that are opening up in other cities and schools in our area right now. So we'd love to get involved and help you out and make coding part of your students' lives.